Pistol. Now, we're going to talk some cell phones here today. Now, I've owned just about every phone out there. Personally, I own a Samsung Infuse and a Samsung Galaxy Skyrocket. Now, the Skyrocket's not here, but this is Infuse right here. Now, this is Infuse right here. I'm going to tell you something right now. 4.5-inch screen, but it's bigger than any phone out there. I know the Galaxy Nexus that came out for Verizon got a 4.65-inch screen. Believe me, this phone screen dwarfs it. Half that screen, not half it, on the Galaxy Nexus has the keys right here. Believe me, this screen is bigger in all facets. Wider and bigger. It's bigger than any phone screen that I've seen so far. Bigger than the Epic Touch for Sprint. It's bigger than the Galaxy Skyrocket that got in the other room. It's the biggest one. Now, HTC Evil, I love this phone at one time, but it does not send picture mail longer than like 5 seconds. It just can't do it. Everyone's I talk to. Incredible on Verizon will not send picture mail. And the Galaxy Nexus that I just owned, I had for Verizon, could not send picture mail at all. It was just it said everything was long. I said fine, it wouldn't do it. So, and here's the iPhone 4, which I use as a camera right now. Now, I will tell you right off the bat, this was actually, well, I had the iPhone 3GS. I love that phone. I ain't gonna lie to you. Then I got this one, I loved it, right? And then I got the HTC Evo, the Android. And after I got this, I just relegated this to a camera. But I got bored with this phone after I couldn't send picture mail. But this phone here, I put the extended battery on it. It's still a beast. It does everything on the internet you want it to do. But I need to be able to send picture mail. And in the 4G, whatever, Verizon supposedly has the fastest one. And everyone says it is, but it depends on your location. At my location right now, I get faster 4G speeds with AT&T's network, this and that. And I have 4G in my area, this and that. Now, let's talk phones. The iPhone, if it came out with a 4.5-inch screen, I would like it, but it's more of a gadget to me. Once you go with the Android operating system, whatever Android device, you'll start looking at the iPhone in a different. It's like a media device. That's all it is. It's what the getting pissed off here. It is just not what I'm looking for. This phone here, this Infuse right now, out of all my phones, it's the least most powerful one. It's only got a 1.2 single core processor right now. And it does get checkerboard at times, but it's my favorite one because I just love this phone. It's big, I love it. So I use this one the most. The Galaxy Skyrocket I have, it's got the 1.5 processor, but it's not an Exynos processor. The Exynos processor is the best one come out for by Samsung. It's the best one. It's got a dual core 1.5, the Galaxy Skyrocket, which you think is better, which is it's a good processor. But in other words, they put that on instead of the Exynos because the Exynos is not compatible for LTE and whatever, AT&T. Now, it all depends on what your preference is and where you live. Like I said, AT&T is the best service. The best Galaxy that I've owned so far off any network is the Epic Touch for Sprint, but I could not get a fucking internet service in this room. I had to use Wi-Fi. And you can send minute-long picture mail on Sprint, which is nice. You can when you have service. But the call quality for that phone was the best out of all the phones I've ever used on the Epic Touch on Sprint. The best I ever used. This one here, I had to turn the noise reduction down. No one can hear me on this phone, but I put the noise reduction down. Now it's perfect. iPhone had weak earpiece. The iPhone just became boring to me. I mean, the screen is so small, as opposed to this phone. I mean, this whole phone screen is bigger than this whole phone. I mean, it's ridiculous. And this is a 4S. The only reason I keep this right now, I wish I could show you. I keep it because it sits in the stores when I go make videos. That's why I use it, just as a camera. It all depends on your preference. I like big screens. And like I said, this here has got this Infuse. I added the ice cream sandwich theme on it, Go Launch or whatever. And I love this phone. This Infuse is my favorite phone out there. Now, the Galaxy Nexus, which I just had and I took back, it was a good phone. The camera software was incredible. But all it was basically a Galaxy updated with the ice cream sandwich, which is going to come to the next. All these Galaxies is going to get the ice cream sandwich update within the next month. That being said, I actually like the Galaxy on the AT&T and Sprint better than the Galaxy Nexus with the ice cream sandwich. I still like the regular Galaxies better. I just felt the Galaxy Nexus, I don't know, I just wasn't feeling that phone. I don't know, I thought it was going to be more of this next. I buy phones, I test them out, and I return them. Now, one thing I'm pissed about this Infuse here really pisses me off. I ain't got the update. I'm still running Froyo on this damn thing. I mean, what, 2 or 3 updates? I need an update on this Samsung and AT&T. You need to push an update for this. At least give me goddamn gingerbread. I mean, it's been 8 months now, or almost a year. But other than that, I love this phone. It's my favorite one out of them all. Then the Epic Touch 2 for Sprint was my second favorite phone. Now, if that was on AT&T's network, which they have they have the Galaxy S on AT&T, but it's only 4.3 inch screen. You can see the difference in screen. I can see that. Now, the Galaxy Skyrocket is the updated version of the Samsung Galaxy Epic, whatever, 2 on AT&T's network, and I own that. But I did like the Epic Touch on the Sprint's version better. Motorola Droid, that new one with the weird shape to it, that's a nice phone. I played with it, this and that, and I would actually take that over the Galaxy Nexus, to be honest with you. I just didn't, I was disappointed in the Galaxy Nexus. I really was. But that being said, it's still a good phone, but out of all the phones I have, I still got this one right here. Like I say, I ain't even rip the iPhone, it's just a gadget to me. I mean, if you like the iPhone, that's fine, but it's just like an antiquated technology. I mean, it's backwards, it's old, it's played out. And I'm sure anybody pick up an Android device would realize what I'm talking about right now. You just have to realize that iPhones are played out technology. I mean, you couldn't even send picture mail on that thing for how long? Until what, the 4S came out. They had to have it, not the 4S, the 4G, whatever. Then they had to have an update in September that year. But anyway, that being said, I did have fun with this iPhone. I ain't gonna lie to you. I can send picture mail on this phone now. Unlike the HTC, you just can't send picture mail longer than 5 seconds. And what the hell? And the HTC Evo had the shittiest camera I ever had in a cell phone. Out of all these phones I have. But I guess the new one's got the other one's got a good one. But whatever. So HTC is a good brand of phone. If I had to rank the phones right now, if you're gonna buy a smartphone, whatever, I'd definitely go with the Samsung #1 out of any brand. It's definitely the best one out there in my opinion. Factinian. The second one I'd probably say is Motorola. I'm gonna say the Droid Razr was nice, but I can't put that too. I'd have to say probably the HTC, really, because, I mean, they are a good product for surfing the net. And then it'd be a toss-up between the iPhone and the Motorola Droid, although I would take the Motorola Droid right now over the iPhone in a heartbeat. The iPhone needs to definitely come up with a 4.5-inch screen. And don't tell me you don't want no 4.5-inch screen. I mean, the real estate on this screen, if they used the whole screen on this phone for whatever real estate, it wouldn't be bad, but the browser covers like half the phone. I mean, come on now. I mean, it's whatever. So that's why the iPhone is just too small. I got big hands. Look, I mean, this is a big phone here. I got big hands. My hands are, I got real big hands. I'm a big man, you know what I'm saying? I need a big phone, this and that. So, those are my factinians on these phones. Like I said, I'm not saying the Galaxy Nexus is not a good phone. I'm sure it is. But I just was not feeling that phone as I am these phones here. And as far as Verizon's pricing goes, Verizon's pricing is very high, this and that. Supposedly had the fastest 4G out there, what I've been told, but at my house, the 4G is quicker on AT&T's network. And the only reason I took back the Epic from Sprint is because I get no internet service in this house. I have to go outside to send a video message. Now, I could run Wi-Fi, which I do presently on some of these phones here, this and that. But if I'm out in society now, that Epic 4G did work great. I'm not going to lie to you. Call quality on that was the best out of all the phones I've ever used in my life. In my life! And the Nexus S Galaxy, the Nexus Galaxy, the one from Verizon, everyone said they heard me clear, but the earpiece was a little bit weak for me, and I got hard of hearing because I worked around heavy machineries my whole life. Now, these are factinians here, people. I'm sure you're going to sit there and argue the iPhone lovers are going to say it's better when it's not, and I know the Samsung Nexus Galaxy lovers are going to say it's the best phone out there when it's not, and I'm sure the Samsung Galaxy S2s are going to say it's the best phone when it is! And I'm sure the HT lovers, if HTC could correct that picture mail problem, it'd be a good phone. It'd be a good phone. But presently, right now, I don't have any feelings for it at this juncture. So people wanted the phone video. Look, people, I bring you diverse content on this. It's not only a gaming channel. It's basically a vlog channel. Me just ranting about anything because that's what I do. Now, maybe talk in circles sometimes when I'm talking, but it doesn't matter. The bottom line is I bring you irrefutable factual evidence here in this video. That's what I do. You can own an iPhone all you want. My Galaxy's better.